Hello everyone, this is Meteorologist Marshall Downing, and today we're in another Weather Authority alert day. This one for a pretty strong front that's making its way from northwest to southeast, getting some fairly consistent rainfall out of it, some heavy wind gusts to go along with it, even some severe thunderstorm warnings that have come out this afternoon. The severe threat is low for most of us, but we can get some of those winds paired with rainfall and some lightning strikes to get some of that going. Each of our zones are included in this particular warning, and as we keep on going through the later parts of the day, it'll start to ease off. I think after 5 p.m. is when we're mostly done. Basically, all of us are still looking at heavy rain. It hasn't quite affected parts of south side as consistently as it has further towards the north and west, but it's still going to be a player there. Getting some strong wind gusts as well, with storms a little bit less likely than that. Snow's not really an issue with this one. Might get a couple flakes on western slopes, and that's about it. Now, we do currently have a severe thunderstorm warning that goes for the next 8 or so minutes. That one's lost a lot of its strength, but it was warned for a pretty wide area. So earlier on in the 1 to 2 o'clock hour, we did have some storms coming through. There is heavier rain further towards the southwest, but the wind gusts aren't quite as strong as they're coming through, so not really looking at those same kind of conditions. We'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer to the current severe thunderstorm warning. Parts of Christiansburg included in that, and up towards Roanoke as well. A lot of it's saying a little bit down towards the southwest. Some heavy rain that's come through Roanoke itself, but a lot of that is going to move on pretty quickly down towards the southeast. So the next spots that are going to see it are closer to Smith Mountain Lake, Rocky Mount, Bedford started to get some of that rain, and even places further towards the southeast, Martinsville, Danville, South Boston. While they don't have rain right now, I would still expect to see those a little bit later on. Now, we do have the lightning tracker turned on, and as far as the lightning count goes with this particular system, we don't have any that's currently bothering us. So that's good that it's not being as severe as it could. Zooming out further with this system, there's only a couple strikes that pop up with another severe thunderstorm warning in parts of North Carolina. Now, on the future tracker, like I was saying earlier, we'll still get some showers down towards the southeast, but we're not looking at a whole lot of rainfall that direction until we get a little bit later in the day. Right now, that line is mostly making its way through parts of the NRV up towards Roanoke and Lexington. Some of that heavier rain can make it further towards the east, but not very much. Around 5 p.m., the Highlands and NRV really start to dry out. Roanoke's drying out as well, and there's only little pieces left over between then and 10 p.m. A lot of our clouds will start to break up and will stay pretty calm after that. We are in the level 1 risk for severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center for today. That extends pretty well up towards our north and down towards our south. There was a level 2 risk for the storms that came through Illinois and parts of Indiana earlier on, so definitely getting the less intense piece of this system. I wouldn't expect a ton of other severe thunderstorm warnings for today. And then Thursday stays really nice and calm across a lot of the country. Looking at totals for rain across what we get with this system, we're going to see the highest in parts of the Highlands and then lower as you get further down towards the southeast, just because the rain's having a tough time really making it that direction. Winds are going to pick up a little bit right when that rain ends, so around 6-7 p.m. is when we have our highest gusts. Some of those get up towards 40 miles per hour and then start to come back down. Generally coming in from the northwest, like a lot of the fronts that we've seen in the last few months, that's going to bring in colder air, bring our temperatures down. Tomorrow we're in the 50s, and we'll even see some temperatures in the 40s before this is done. Now, tonight we do dry out pretty quickly. Most of us are dry by about 5-6 p.m. Blacksburg at 27, Alta Vista at 31, and then on Thursday, temperatures can reach the 50s in some spots, but others are limited to the 40s. Pulaski's at 47, Covington at 49. We'll have a lot more 40s on Friday with consistent cold air coming in and a good amount of cloud cover there, which are going to keep some showers in the forecast. As we get through Saturday, there's still a little bit left over, and then we start to dry out for the early parts of next week. Adding some heat because of that, we're in the mid-60s for a while. We'll start to cool down in the middle parts of next week with some extra showers headed our way.